I'm Andrew Kirsch. I spent just under a decade as an intelligence officer with the Canadian Security Intelligence Service, otherwise known as CSIS. I wrote a book about my experience. It's called I Was Never Here, My True Canadian Spy Story of Coffee's Codenames and Covert Operations in the Age of Terrorism. Today, I want to tell a quick story from the book because it's the Friday before the Canada Day long weekend. So when you become an intelligence officer, you go through months of training. At the end of that training is a graduation ceremony. And this graduation ceremony was scheduled to be like an hour on a Tuesday morning at about 10 a.m. And I, Toronto, I had a girlfriend who was living in Toronto. My mom was in Toronto, and I didn't think it was a big deal. So they said, should we come? I said, don't worry about it. It's like 45 minutes. And I said, that's okay. It was all on myself. And other IOs invited their family. They came in from all over the country. And before the ceremony, where you're going to get kind of a bit of a certificate and a bound copy of the act, they have everyone rise to play the national anthem. And they show this video. And it's like the cheesiest Canada mountain ranges, kids playing hockey, maple leaves falling, and gooses flying across the water, goose flying, loons or swan flying across the water, every geographic area represented. And I just remember thinking, this is the cheesiest thing. And I'm looking around the room for my fellow classmates to say, like, can you believe this? And I see their families of my classmates, and they are bawling. They are overcome with emotion. They're moved at the ceremony. They're just moved by their children who have chosen to join CSIS, the spy service, and they're proud, and they're just, shoulders back, chests up, crying, holding it together. And, I think about that a lot. Sometimes I can be cynical. Sometimes I can be down on where I used to work. And I remember how much it meant to those families and how cool a moment that was for me too. So on this Canada Day long weekend, happy Canada Day, best country in the world, to the men and women and people at CSIS, the best intelligence service. Thank you for your service, and to your families. Thank you for lending your families to the service. Sending my very best. Stay tuned for security updates and the things we usually do around here on this channel. But for now, a happy Canada Day long weekend, and we'll speak soon.